can call on Jennie B. You can talk about anything in this life. The fabric of life. You can call on Jennie B. You can say just what you mean. It's so nice. So nice. Here I go. Jennie B. Here I go. Talk about Jennie B. It's life. It's the fabric of life. The fabric of life. The fabric of life.
Evening and good evening. You are on with the Fabric of Life. I am your host, Miss Jennie B. I know y'all like, where you been? Where you been? Man, I've been doing so much. God is good, and I'm excited to be back with you all. This is a new season, new quarter, new goals, new month, and this quarter we're gonna talk about a lot of things. I'm going to ask some difficult and hard questions, and I'm going to have a lot of different guests. And so tonight, my topic is second chances, right? I've always been under the thought that each and every day that God allows us to open our eyes, it's another day that he's given us another chance, whatever that chance is. But he saw fit for you to wake up again, because there's people leaving here every single day. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Second chances, another chance, and just taking a chance, right? And sometimes, God will lead us to do certain things, and fear will cause us to not take a chance on ourselves, right? We help everybody else out. We help people out with their businesses, their goals, their plans, their dreams, but we don't take that same energy, that same fervor, that same zeal and take a chance on ourselves. And this next quarter, y'all, well, I've been doing it way before now, but I've decided, I'm going to keep taking chances on me, so we're going to talk about that this quarter. And tonight we're talking about second chances. So anybody that knows me, as you know, on the Fabric of Life, I always start out with a quote and talk about that quote. And I always like to talk about definitions and what words mean, because I am a firm believer in, if you go to the root or the origin of something, it'll always lead you to the meaning of what's really going on and what's really happening. And that's even in our own lives. If we all take a look at the origin, and typically it's something that happened in our childhood, right? Our childhood is what shapes our thoughts, our beliefs, our decisions, whether things were traumatic or whether some things were good. All of those things, both good, painful, up, down, they all come together to develop and form who we are as people. And so sometimes things happen to us in our lives and we try to block it out of our mind. We try to push it back and we tell ourselves, I'm okay, but inside we really not okay. I'm a firm component and believer of therapy. In our culture, in African American culture, it was always frowned upon to actually talk to a therapist and go to a therapist and seek help. People say, "Oh, you crazy? You crazy? You going to talk to a therapist?" No, that's not it at all. Sometimes we need that third party, away from our family, away from our friends, to help us think through or talk through situations or whatever may be going on in our lives, so that we can be healthier people. One thing that I have been focusing on for me, I'm a firm believer in affirmations, self-affirmations, and self-motivation, because I believe that if I don't pour into myself, I can't help anyone else. If I don't help me, I can't help my children. I can't help my supervisor, my job. I can't help anybody if I don't take care of me first. I'm a firm believer in being the CEO of one. So you have to become and learn how to just be the CEO of yourself. So let's take a little bit and just take a little ride, walk, stroll, whatever you want to call it. We're going to talk about chance. And I have a guest engineer tonight, y'all. I got to shout him out. His name is Joe. And I am so appreciative and thankful that he took the opportunity out of his schedule to come in and kick it with me. Who's to say, hey, he might come and do this for me more often. I don't know. Yeah, I might want Joe to stay. I might be like, okay, Miles, keep Joe. Let Joe come on back. All right. Say hi to the people, Joe. You're not going to say hi?
Hello, people.
All right. I always got to shout out my engineers because without, the engineers, you guys, we can't do anything. And so if you want to call into the show tonight and you want to join the discussion, the call in number is 248-854-9850. Again, that's 248-854-9850. All right. So let's, get down and start talking about second chances, right? We all have had second chances. Some of us still getting second chances. Some of us need a second chance, right? But what does a second chance really mean? So let's look at the definition of chance first, and then I want to talk about some quotes. So a chance, and this is the Webster's Dictionary, a chance is defined as a possibility of something happening. Another definition states it's the occurrence and development of events in the absence of an obvious design. Now, I like the second definition, okay, because I want to break those words down. First, it says the occurrence. So, an occurrence is something that happens, that takes place, an event, something that has happened right in that moment. Then it says, and development. So, the development of something is something that has formed, has come into being. And then it says of events in the absence of any obvious design. So we're talking about second chances or a chance. So that means to me that something has already taken place and something has already happened and it's already obvious of what that is. But to be given another chance or a second chance is an open door. It's a gateway to try to do something again, to try to reach another goal, to try to, as some people say, get it right, whatever right is. And right is different things to different people. What one person may think is right, the other person may not. And so I really liked that second definition because it's like the occurrence and the development of events in the absence. So that means something was missing, something wasn't there. And so something else had to take place in order to give the opportunity to begin to get another chance or a second chance. Now, I want to move to the quote. So this first quote says, sometimes life gives you a second chance because maybe you weren't ready the first time. Now, Joe, here on the Fabric of Life, I do not mind my engineer getting involved in a conversation. So I'm just going to put that out there right now. You hear something, you want to jump in on a conversation, by all means, you're welcome. I am not the type of person to be like, oh no, you just be quiet. That's crazy to me. So I'm going to ask your thoughts on that quote. I'm going to read it again. Life gives you a second chance because maybe you weren't ready the first time. So what are your thoughts on that quote, Joe?
What are my thoughts?
Yeah, you got to get his mic, y'all, so y'all can hear his voice.
All right, got it.
There we go.
Well, my thoughts on that is, well, basically, a lot of people do need that second chance, Mm-hmm. A lot of people go through different things in their life, and it depends on where they at in that life. They might not be in a position where they can really even catch, where their mind frame, can't even really grab to what they really need to be doing at that time, so much going on. But basically, you need that second chance, to get yourself back together, and I know I needed a second chance because I did a lot of things and a lot of places and things that I shouldn't have been doing, and if I didn't have a second chance, then I don't really know where I would have been at, So, yeah, I think that's very important, really.
I totally agree with that, Joe. Some of us need more than a second chance. Like, I know several things that I've done in my life where, it's the same situation but different person, different name, but the same like components, the same relationship or the same factors, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we tell ourselves, okay, I ain't doing this no more. Next time I'm going to do A, B, C, and D, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter is, when we get into that situation, sometimes we don't even remember what happened before. We still just dive right back into it, and not even pay attention to the red flags, right? And sometimes we want something so bad or someone so bad to the point where we know it's not for us.
Yeah.
We know it's wrong.
Yeah, you just want it.
Yeah, and that's that flesh.
Yeah.
That's that.
The flesh is bad.
Man.
Bad, yeah.
Yes, but here's the great thing about the flesh. We can fight it, but it's a daily fight.
Yeah.
Like, it's a mindset. The Bible says, let this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. And so the only way we change our behavior, we have to change our thoughts, right? Because we can say, oh, I'm going to do this next time. I'm going to do that next time. I ain't going to never let another nigga take advantage of me. No, we can say all of that. But the fact of the matter is, we don't know what we're going to do until we're in that situation. My grandmother used to always say never, because you don't know what's going to happen, where something's going to be, if something's going to take place. You just never know. And so as I got older, and my kids will always teach me, they'll, you know how sometimes people say something and they jokingly say it, but I believe that there's life and death in our tongue. The Bible tells us that. So even jokingly, you know, my oldest daughter, she was self-diagnosed herself. I'm like, girl, you ain't no doctor. You ain't, I think I got this and I think I got that. But if you say that, you're going to develop it eventually, because it's a mental process. And so if you are, you know, trying to lose weight, if you are trying to stop doing something, if you're trying to stop eating a certain way, if you're trying to stop smoking, if you're trying to stop shopping, whatever, if you say, okay, I'm going to stop this. Now, you know what's going to happen as soon as you say, I'm going to stop. All these tests.
These demons, they coming for you.
They coming. The demons is coming. Okay, they said they going to stop. Oh, I'm going to see. You know, I'm going to put so-and-so in their path, or I'm going to put this in their space, you know, just to test them to see if they really mean, do you want a better life? Do you want to live a healthier life? I believe health as well. You know, tonight we're talking about second chances, another chance, and just taking a chance, right? Yesterday, I was on a conference call, and that was one of the things that God dropped in my spirit. Show up for you. Show up and take a chance on you, because nobody's going to go for you in the cut like you. Nobody's going to support you like you. And if you don't believe in yourself first, nobody else will. But that's scary though, right? Yeah,
it is. It really is. It really, I mean, but that's real. I mean, if you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect somebody else to believe in you? That's just being real.
So, Joe, I'm going to ask you a question. What's a situation or something where you really took a chance on yourself, but you were nervous to do that? But what allowed you to just take that chance? Like, what was going through your mind at that point in that time where you just said, you know what, I'm going to just do me. I'm going to take this chance.
The best thing that I could say, one of the best things that I did, but at the time I did it, it didn't feel like it because I went through. But I was at General Motors. I worked at General Motors for 10 years.
Okay.
But this was about 8 years ago now.
Okay.
Maybe even 10 years ago now. But the thing is, I worked there and I hated it. You know, I used to go to work every day. I used to get sick in my stomach going in this factory. I hated it. Really. I hated it. I hated everything about it. You know what I'm saying? Then when I first started, I mean, I liked it. I liked the money. But after I got used to the money, got used to the lifestyle, it was trash. I hated it, you know? And I used to pray. I would pray every day, like, Lord, I know it's something better than this. Damn, I can do you know? But I had to do me. And doing me was getting the hell up out of General Motors.
Okay.
So, you know, I prayed about it, and one day I was at work, started at work 6 in the morning, and it was about 8:30. I said, man, skip this. I left, walked out, never looked back. Really, never looked back. You know, and it was hard at first, you know, because I had all these materialistic things, you know, homes. I don't know. I had I mean, quite a few houses,
Mm-hmm.
vehicles, you know. But through the process, I lost all of that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It was hard, but that's what it was. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I lost it all. But the thing I was looking at, like, man, I'm losing. But no, I wasn't losing. I was building.
That's good. He said he was
Yeah,
building,
I
y'all.
was building. But
Okay.
like I said, you looking at it like, oh man, that's gone, that's gone. But no, you was building. Cause now everything I lost, I pretty much got it back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm getting more.
Mm.
And if I hadn't made that decision to leave General Motors,
Mm-hmm.
I'd still be stuck,
Mm-hmm.
still making the same money,
Okay.
still getting bossed by a nigga that I don't even like.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
That's real.
And now I feel so much better. I'm my own boss.
Okay.
I have my own. I have two businesses and working on another one.
Okay.
You know, big office buildings. I mean, I'm good, and God is still constantly
Mm-hmm.
building me,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I'm looking at it like I don't even see how I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Really, I get up every day, and I just do. You know what I'm saying? I don't really. I mean, of course, you know, I have agenda as far as what I need to do, but
Mm-hmm.
I have agenda as far as what I need to do, but
Mm-hmm.
I just let God lead me. Really.
So when you made that decision to walk out 8:30 in the morning, you had just got to work.
Mm-hmm.
What was going through your mind at that moment? Like, what did you think about? Like, what did you say? And then, like, what were you going towards? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because, and the reason why I'm asking that, because we have, I believe you have to have a end in mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to know, like, what you're working to, what's your why,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So what was your why at that moment? Like, when you decided, like, I'm done, I can't do this General Motors. And you're right, a lot of people look at the money,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're like, yeah, dog, you know, we getting paid every week, you know,
Mm-hmm.
da-da-da-da.
Mm-hmm.
I get you. I'm not a plant girl.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that plant life either. I worked at GM and I was in the office,
Right. Right.
you know, but it wasn't for me.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your why that day? Like, what was the awakening moment for you?
Well, my why was basically I knew I could do better than General Motors,
Okay.
and my mind mentality is different from most people. See, I'm not a slave.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I do what I want to do. I follow my own mind.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, first of all, in order to even do that, you have to have your own mind. You have to think for yourself.
Okay.
So if you constantly following the so-called in crowd, or you can't think for yourself, then you're gonna be stuck. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, that's what this world wants you to be. They want you to be stuck. Why you think they got all this social media and everything? You know, they got this. So basically, that's all you're gonna do. You're gonna go to work. You're gonna bust your behind. You're gonna be tired as hell. Then you're gonna get home. You ain't gonna do nothing but watch TV and go to sleep. And the next day, you're gonna get
Do
up
it all
and go
again.
back to work.
Yep.
And the same thing, you get off work, come home, watch TV, go to sleep. You stuck. That's what they want you to do. Bro, wake up. You know what I'm saying? Forget TV for a minute. Forget whatever job you going to, man. You gotta seek God, and you gotta
That's
find
it
out
right
what's
there.
for you.
That's it. Seek God for your
Yeah.
God-given purpose.
Yeah.
He said it. That's right. You got it. You got to get a clap on that. Seek God for your God-given purpose. Find out what's for you. So many people are scared to do that, though.
Yeah.
So many people are lazy. They want to just do exactly what you said. Go to work, come home, watch TV,
Go to sleep.
and
get up,
get
do it
back
all
and do it
over
all over again. The only way, you know, people, you can find out what's for you, what's your God-given purpose. I just talked about this on the video gospel show. You got to stay connected to the source.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stay connected to God, however that is.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people find that challenging, or how to do it, just like we're sitting here talking. That's just how God wants us to talk to him.
Yeah.
Just kick it with him.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times people make God be way up here and so much higher than and he's definitely omniscient. He's definitely all knowing and all seeing, but he just want to kick it with us, y'all. He just want to have a relationship with us, be first in our lives, so he can reveal to us what you should be doing. He wants to heal our bodies. He wants to, he wants, the Bible says, I wish that you would prosper even as your soul prosper. Like, it's God's good pleasure to bless us. It's God's good pleasure for you to eat good, live good, sleep good, think good, and for you to live in total health, mind, body, and soul. And so, like he said, the devil gonna come, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everything is gonna come. It's gonna attack distractions. That's a big one right there. Distractions. Distractions, they come in all different forms, different shapes, different people. Like people you think,
And people, the biggest form of distraction nowadays is social media.
Yeah, social media.
You know,
he said the biggest form is social media. You know how people was tripping yesterday because Facebook and Instagram was down?
That's crazy.
Oh my God, I can't get it. I can't get on. I can't get on.
I didn't even know it was down. I'm serious. I didn't even know it was down. It was like 2
a lot of people was upset
when it was back up.
Yeah.
And somebody told me that it was down. I said, what? I didn't know it was down.
Yeah, it was down for a minute. My sister worked for Facebook, so we just happened to be on the phone. She was like, "Yeah, I guess I ain't working today." I said, "Well, yeah, you just getting paid to do the chill right now, But so a lot of people were stuck, like you said, because Facebook and Instagram was down.
And it's crazy. I mean, because don't get me wrong. I mean, social media is a good thing. You need it for advertisement and marketing and different stuff nowadays if you're running a business and everything. But you don't have to live on it, people.
Right.
You don't have to spend your whole day.
Right.
Out of 12 hours, you got some people really on that boy for like 8-9 hours.
Our phones, these smartphones, right? And I came across something in the back settings of my phone. It actually has a feature that can tell you how many hours you're on your phone.
Oh, yeah.
How much, it's like a time app. So I want to transition over to bring over my guest. And her name is Ashley Valdez. I recently heard this young lady's testimony, and she has an amazing testimony. She works along with me in Tava International. So let me tell y'all what Tava International is. Tava International is a health and wellness company. It's a all Black owned company. And I had the opportunity to go to Texas to the home office this past weekend, along with my coach, Miss Krishan Peace, and my daughter, our coach, Miss TK Walker. She is the top earner in this business, and she earned over $1 million in a year. And so she received her $1 million ring. When I say that ring was bad, baby, all crusted diamonds. Woo! But it was an amazing time. And just to go to Houston and see, and he's from Detroit, y'all. He is from Detroit, doing the big thing, doing it out there in Houston, Texas. And so I have some of the products in the studio with me. I'm a product of the product myself. And my favorite is this Valet 30. This is a liquid multivitamin. I used to be on 20 pills a day, y'all. And I started taking this liquid multivitamin, also anemic. And this, I call it my liquid gold. So this is a 95 absorption rate, 95%. It has 95% vitamin D and zinc, which are the top 2 vitamins doctors are saying we need to help fight COVID. I have several people who have had COVID, and this multivitamin has helped them get better, healthier, faster, and not be sick with COVID as long as others. And I've also had other people, share their stories and their testimonies with me in regards to this Valet 30. But this, y'all, now it's on sale too now. If y'all want to get it, I'm a private distributor, but I'm telling you, we just got samples coming out this weekend. So I'm waiting for these. But this right here, it has every vitamin in a pill, but more and better. My daughter and I, we did a comparison one day, and we compared this bottle of liquid multivitamin to her prenatal vitamins that she was taking when she was pregnant with her daughter. And this actually has better percentages than the prenatal vitamin she was taking. Because she's talking about, when I have my second baby, I'm just going to take this. I said, well, girl, you got to get clear from the doctor. And so we're going to bring Ashley Valdez on the screen. We're going to bring her up right now. She is going to share her testimony with. I had the opportunity to hear her testimony this past weekend, and I told her, I said, you have to be a guest on my show. Like, your testimony of a second chance is amazing. And so we're getting ready to bring her on. All right. Mm-hmm. Can she hear me? Hey, Ashley, can you hear me?
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Ashley, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me? Am I coming through?
Did she click on the link?
Hello. Testing.
Okay, we just got to bring you up. So 1 second, y'all. Now, liquid vitamin is amazing. We're not doctors. We don't claim any medical claims, but we have several people who have testimonies. And it has helped them become healthier, right? And so I'm also anemic. We can't hear her, but you can see her. Okay. Got to pull up the sound. Okay, Ashley, make sure your volume's all turned all the way up, because we can't hear you. I'm messaging her right now. We can see you, Ashley, but we can't hear you. She on your screen though? Okay, we can see you, Ashley. We just can't hear you. I'm gonna give her the call-in number. Make sure she have what? Okay, I just told her make sure you have your volume up. She said her mic and everything says it's on. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on, y'all. We have a few technical difficulties. Okay, say something,
Hello.
Ashley. There you are. Hey, we got you. Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Oh, no, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me, but just keep talking. We can hear you.
Oh, my.
She can't hear me.
Oh, my goodness.
Hold on 1 second. She said she can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Ashley, say hello. Ashley, say hello. We can't hear her now. She's not saying nothing.
Ashley, you there?
Let me see.
Ashley, can you hear us?
When she went back off.
Okay, hold on, y'all. You know, this technology. Oh, she clucked off. Okay, so. Okay. Hello? Okay, Ashley, come back in. Click back on the link. The link. Okay. She here? She back up on the screen? Okay. It says she connecting.
Still waiting on her.
Okay. I'm about to call her real quick on the phone. Hey, Ashley, we could hear you, but you said you couldn't hear me?
No, I couldn't hear you. I was hearing you when you were speaking with the gentleman earlier, but then when it came time for me to come on, I couldn't hear anything anymore.
Okay, she said when it came time for her to come on, she couldn't hear anything.
Tell her to reconnect.
Okay, reconnect. Click back on the link. He's going to bring you back up on the screen real quick. Are you using your phone or your computer?
I'm on my phone.
Okay, so I'm gonna hang up. You know what? This is what we'll do. I just text you the call in number. Just call into the phone line, and then we can hear you that way.
Okay, so
It's 248-854-9850.
yeah, let me open the link.
Okay. Maybe the link is not working, so I want to hang up so you can use your phone and just call in to the station.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, dear. All right, she's just gonna call in because I don't know what's going on with that link. So we're not gonna worry about that link. We're gonna keep it moving. All right, y'all. Little technical difficulties, but it's okay. We have Ashley Valdez. She's from Mexico, but she now lives in Florida, and so she's coming on to share her testimony of a second chance. I met this young lady this past weekend in Houston at our Tava International second year anniversary conference. All right, and she's calling in. That's swipe up. All right, Ashley.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can hear you now. Welcome to the Fabric of Life. I'm so excited you took the time out of your schedule to share your testimony with us. So first, I just would like you to share a little bit about who you are, what you do, and then I'm just going to turn it over to you, and you can just go ahead and share your testimony. I did share with our listeners that I heard your testimony this weekend at our ARC Awards ceremony for Tava International. So you can talk about your journey and whatever you want to share, whatever God, puts on your heart. But I know that, you sharing this testimony will help someone else out there.
Well, thank you so much for having me on, first of all. So, hello, everybody. My name is Ashley Valdez. I go by Ashley V. I am a Cuban American, family Cuban, but I was born and raised in Miami, so I am a total Miamian. Where do I even begin? So right now I'm 28 years old with twin toddlers who will be 5 in just a couple months. My sons are both on different levels of the autism spectrum. So twin toddlers, both with autism.
Okay.
And, it's been
They
a
can't hear.
difficult journey. Can you hear me?
Oh, go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So, I've been through quite a lot in my 28 years. And,
Okay.
the biggest thing is just growing up obese, growing up morbidly obese, being bullied, dealing with severe depression and anxiety. I have memories as far back as maybe 5 or 6 years old being bullied for my weight. And living through that was just really difficult. My parents were divorced when I was 9 or 10. So things started kind of piling up. Negative things for me started piling up, things I didn't really understand, didn't really know how to deal with. So took a really big toll on me. I just, kept getting bigger, falling deeper into depression. I used to be even medicated for it, and it just had me in a horrible state, just very numb. And it came to the point where I was just so out of it, I couldn't keep a job. When I was 21 years old, I had my own apartment. And since I couldn't keep my jobs, I really, really struggled with paying the rent. And I started getting desperate. So at this time of my life, I was hanging around people I shouldn't have been hanging around. I was spending money and indulging in things I had no business in, smoking, popping pills, doing all these kinds of things. I had a back surgery already by this time, so it was easy for me to get, things like opioids and things like that because I was always in pain, 300 pounds, a lot going on. And it came to the point where I was so desperate that I let some of those bad people that I was hanging around convince me into essentially committing a felony and cashing a check that they were going to give me enough out of to pay my rent. And, by the time I got up and did that, found out it was fake, and I was arrested on the spot. So I'm 21 years old, big girl, already having my own mental issues, not really having anyone to turn to, not knowing really what to do. And by the time I got out of that situation, it taught me a lot about what people would do when they're desperate. It taught me a lot about realizing your low points and having the strength to turn around from those points. So fast forward a year after that, I met my now fiance. We've been together for over 6 years. He is the father of the twins. And in meeting him and having the twins, I realized that there is so much in life to love myself for. There's so much to be grateful for. There's so much to live for and to want to be happy for. And in all that time, and I know you brought up that Ballet 30, in all that time that I was medicated and things, now, since last December when I started these amazing Taba products, I would say I have never been more level-headed. I have never felt so healthy mentally and physically. And I really owe so much of that to Taba Nation. I owe so much of that to our company, to our products, specifically that Ballet 30 and our Caprice CBD infused coffee. So it has 0 THC. So, I'm not doing any of that THC stuff. I haven't done so in so long since those bad days. And just all of that good CBD, those amazing medicinal benefits have helped me so much with both my chronic pain and my depression and anxiety, so that I can be the best mom that I can be, and I can be in a happier, healthier state of mind. And I learned to love myself so that I can love others, especially when my sons were born. Just everything changed, and so much has changed even more since finding Taba, finding the arc, because Taba stands for ark, and we all know, especially biblically, ark is a symbol of safety and a symbol of harmony with God. And since joining this, I have not, had a job in an office, because I used to be in an office as an administrator running almost an entire company, but in a very toxic work environment. So at the end of 2019, I ended up leaving that, and I have not been back into corporate America since then. So Taba not only has helped me love myself mentally, get into a better space, be present for my children, but also has helped me to support my family. And I said in that quick interview that you heard in Houston, that Taba was built, the ark was built for storms. And the perfect example was my sons both got sick with RSV. It is a respiratory viral infection, and it was so bad. They had called me from their pre-K, not last Friday, but the Friday before that, early in the morning, to pick them up because they were getting sick. And I was just so grateful in that moment that I was able to say yes. I'm able to be that yes mom. I was able to just, drop what I was doing. I didn't have to ask my boss if I could, take time off to go get my kids. I didn't have to ask for days off. I didn't have to lose any hours, lose any income to be home with my children, tending to them and their health, helping them get better, which is my top priority always. I didn't have to lose out on anything. I didn't have to ask anyone for permission to be a mom. And I just cannot talk enough about how grateful I am for Taba and the opportunity to do all of these things. And especially with it being a Black-owned company, which is absolutely incredible. For me, being basically the resident Latina of the company, for me to be able to represent my people alongside with your people, it just means so much to me on so many levels that if you could see me right now, I'm almost in tears telling my stories. But it all just, God really put me in alignment with something huge here. All the people I've met, these products that have helped me immensely, being here for my kids, financially, doing better than I was even in my administrative job. And it's just such a blessing. And I cannot thank the people at Tava enough. I know you come from TK. I come from Nina Moore, who comes from TK. So we're all kind of in this together, and that is a beautiful thing. So it's just really exciting to now be able to look back and see all the things that have happened in life and be able to see the silver lining and see why I had to go through all these things where I am now.
Wow. Like, I just now heard the full story, right? So when I was in Houston, I missed part of it because I was doing something else. But Ashley, like, you are an amazing woman. Because I know what that means, like when you have kids and you get in a moment of desperation, right? I know what that means, and it feels like to say, okay, I got to do what I got to do so I can figure it out. And you, like you said, you thought these people were your friends. You thought they had your best interests at heart. But because of Tava, you were given another chance, right? We're talking about second chances tonight. So I want to ask you a question, Ashley. So you said once you met your now fiance, like how did you meet him? And what were you doing and where were you at? Because, and I'm asking you this question because sometimes when we go through traumatic situations like that, we feel like we don't deserve love. We feel, and I'm talking about men and women. We feel like we can't be loved because of what we've been through or what we've experienced, and or nobody will understand or nobody will love us because of A, B, C, D. So what were your thoughts like when you first met him, and how did you have to, what did you have to do in order to receive him to actually open up for him to love you?
I love this question, and I love the story of how we met, actually. So it was rough. Like I said, I was pushing 300 pounds at the time, and I mean, I had just gone through dark things. I had even, I mean, I'm talking overdosed before. I'm talking tried to take my own life before. So yes, I was not looking for this to happen at all. But I will tell you one thing that I always loved even more than myself before I had children was music. Um, so I grew up surrounded by music. I'm a singer and I play bass, particularly stand-up bass. I love jazz. Music is my favorite. And I was giving, I was a vocal instructor at a used to be local guitar store, right? And I was invited to sing a couple of songs with this gentleman who plays acoustic guitar at this restaurant here in Miami where we live. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, all right, awesome. We're going to go sing some songs. I love it. Went there. I got, all cute with my, my hair all curly. And, I did it up because I was like, it was like a gig to me, it was like it was going to be a thing. And it was an excuse to get dressed up, all of those things, any little thing to make myself feel like myself. You know what I mean? And I go there. The first song that we sang, and it was under the tiki hut, nighttime, kind of romantic vibe. And I got up there and I sang I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. And when I was done, there was literally just 2 tables of people there. And all the way across the room at the back end of the tiki, he was there standing up, clapping so loud, like, yeah. And that was the first time I ever saw this man in my life. And he basically tells everyone now the story that he pretty much fell in love with me right there, listening to me and thinking that I was beautiful and my voice was beautiful, because it turns out that he also is a musician and plays guitar himself. So just the a couple days after that, he ended up in that guitar store looking for guitar lessons, but really looking for me. And I I don't really know what it was. I guess I've always, well, not always, but with more maturity and more time, more, time to learn and really feel out our intuition and vibes. I felt something misunderstood but good about him. So it turns out he also has his own past and all of that. But through thick and thin, it's hard to explain because how does love even happen? It just kind of happened and we kept seeing each other. We've had our issues on and off, but there's always been love. And even, I mean, when I was pregnant with his kids, at this time we still didn't live together. And I was essentially homeless while pregnant. I was couch hopping while I was pregnant. I didn't I had my car was repossessed because I couldn't, still wasn't holding a job. I got hired, and as soon as I started taking days because of morning sickness, that's it, I was fired. So I was still couch hopping at this point, and he got to the point where he was like, listen, he lives in an efficiency at his mom's. He was like, I don't care what my mom says. You come and you stay here and you shower here. um he put up a little mini fridge in his room because I was getting WIC at the time, because I wasn't able to pay for food. So he got me a little fridge to put my cheese and my milk and, my peanut butter, and just the little things built up to such a big, big love that turned into two of the most amazing little human beings that I'm so proud to call my sons. And just, I don't even know how it happened. It just happened with time and patience and being open and kind of putting fear aside of rejection, really, I guess is what it was.
That is so beautiful. Like as you're describing it, I'm a visual person. So I'm visualizing you're on the stage and the tiki hut and the night, the evening. I think that's amazing. You're an awesome person and you deserve to be loved God's way. And so I believe that God knows what we need when we need it and who's going to give it to us or deliver it to us. We just have to be ready to receive when God brings whatever we need to our lives. So, Ashley, I want to say thank you for taking the time out this evening to share your amazing story. Don't stop sharing your story because I'm sure it's going to help someone somewhere, because we never know, if someone may be dealing with, depression, anxiety, um, all those things that you talked about, how to find love again, suicide. And I resonated with, with everything you said. Myself, I've dealt with depression, anxiety, homelessness, suicide. And a lot of times people look at, us and they say, oh, well, she doesn't need anything. She's okay. No, you never know what a person is going through. And so I will continue to keep you and your family in my prayers. You are an amazing woman. And congratulations on the wedding to be. And did you have any final comments? If you could leave our listeners with one or two words, what would you share?
Well, I am a big affirmation person, and I think that our minds and our tongues are very powerful things. So I would tell everyone, and I say this all the time, especially on my Facebook page. I go live and share affirmations. I love to do it. For people to know that they are not their past. There's always an opportunity to do better as long as you want better and you're open, like you said, to receiving. The people that want the best for you will come to your life, and there's no reason for you to hold yourself back because of who you used to be, what you used to do, mistakes that you've made in the past. There's always, like you said, there's always another chance. There's always a second chance, a third chance, however many chances you need. Just don't stop the fight and just keep it going, keep pushing.
Amen. There you guys, there you heard it from Ashley Valdez herself. Don't stop going, keep pushing. There's always another chance and a second chance. So we're going to really wrap this up. And Ashley, I thank you for calling in and being my guest on tonight. You are always welcome here as a guest on The Fabric of Life. We on every Tuesday at 7 o'clock if you just want to tune in and listen. Or if you want to call in and join the discussion, by all means, you're more than welcome to do so. So thank you, everyone. And this has been another episode of The Fabric of Life. Thank y'all. God bless and good night.
You can call on Jennie B. You can talk about anything in this life. The fabric of life. You can call on Jennie B. I'ma call you. Can say just what you mean. It's so nice. It's so nice. Yeah. Here I go. You can call Jennie B. Here I go. Talk about Jennie B. It's life. It's the fabric of life. The fabric of life. The fabric of life.